Lights on. Racing in the first, and Freiburg from barrier one actually bounced out best and won the start over Watch Pulp Fiction, Match in Heaven, and Mr. Brazil will take the leader's trail in the early stages, followed next of all by Avonova. Back on the outside of it is Celestial Arden, followed by Mac Alert about 2 lengths away, Major Crocker, our missionary man. And from the wide barrier, Pasha Cutie goes back to the tail of the field. It's Freiburg the leader as they run down the side of the track, leading out by about 1.5 lengths on in second. Posse at the moment, Mr. Brazil. Watch Pulp Fiction is third, and they were followed on the inside by Avonova. It's racing on the pegs, followed by Match in Heaven, who's found itself in a gun-trailing spot. Our missionary man has saved some ground and gone up on the inside there of Celestial Arden. Well back in the field then as they work their way down the home stretch was Mac Alert taking off 3 deep, Pasha Cutie, and in that shuffle up relegated to the tail of the field is Major Crocker. At the moment there'd be about 10 to 12 lengths spanning the field, and the lead time was 51.3, and it's the old marvel in front, Freiburg. It leads the way by a neat length on in second spot, Mr. Brazil with the camp, and Pasha Cutie goes up strongly on the udder. They were followed next of all on the inside of runners Avonova. Match in Heaven is next as they work into the back, and then came further back in the race on the outside Watch Pulp Fiction, our missionary man, Celestial Arden's third last, second last Mac Alert, and Major Crocker sees them all as they work into the back straight. First quarter of the last mile was 30.2, and in the direction of the 1,000 metre peg, the leader is still Freiburg, only about a neck in front of Pasha Cutie. Locked away third is Mr. Brazil, the favourite Match in Heaven in a gun spot 1-1, and then Avonova. They were followed next of all on the outside, Watch Pulp Fiction. Celestial Arden hasn't spent a penny, it's 4 back in the running line. It covers up our missionary man. Second last is Mac Alert, and still last of all is Major Crocker. Second split. It was 29.4, a 59.6 half as they work off the back straight now. And in the direction of the 600 metres, Freiburg led, but only ahead Pasha Cutie. Mr. Brazil's all dressed up, but waiting to get to the party. And then came further back on the outside of those, Match in Heaven, Avonova, and Watch Pulp Fiction heads the remainder as they near the turn. Freiburg beats off Pasha Cutie. Mr. Brazil moves up on the inside, peeling out Match in Heaven, but it's flat. Watch Pulp Fiction comes to the outside and needing a run, and getting it now is Avonova. Freiburg, the leader, goes for home. Third split, 28.2. Here's Mr. Brazil running home. Avonova extricates almost 3 deep. It's finishing brilliantly. And right down the outside, Celestial Arden's flying home, but Mr. Brazil got to the lead, and Mr. Brazil comes clear to win. Mr. Brazil beats Freiburg. Third home, Avonova, and fourth, Celestial Arden. Then Watch Pulp Fiction. Mac Alert, Major Crocker. Match in Heaven didn't run on. And then came further back our missionary man, and Pasha Cutie dropped out up the stretch in 26.8, and they've rated 156-1. Bit of a boil over in the first. Mr. Brazil has been able to score